Todd. I'm just a regular dude walking in the Word. Hey, you're asking, what am I doing? Let me tell you what I'm doing. I'm taking a break. So I've hiked up on the Appalachian Trail in the Great Smoky Mountains today. I think I'm about 5.5 miles, another 2 or 3 to go yet. And so I'm stopping up here at the top of this mountain here to take a break. And you can see that's a trail I came off of, and this is the one I'm going down. I don't stop where it's really rocky and stuff because I'm afraid I'll fall off there, and I'm not real stable. I'm just an old guy, slow guy, plodding along. But as I came up here, I was like, man, I need to stop and take a break. Yeah, you should stop and take a break as you're climbing up these mountains here. But it reminds me of God has also said you need to stop and take a break. And you know what that is that he commanded take a break? He actually commanded it. And it's actually the Sabbath. For me, it's Sunday. It might be Saturday for you, but it's a day for us to stop and take a break. And you can look and see the trail around here. God has given it to us, and we need to use it. Okay, and your body is made. God made your body, and He made it to need that rest. And so, man, last night I tell you what, I slept, I think like 11 hours. I don't sleep that long at home, but I slept 11 hours up here in the mountains. It's just worked out that way, and you're hiking all day long, so. Who knows, maybe I'll sleep that much tonight. But God's given us the Sabbath to take that rest. And so I encourage you, take that rest, take that Sabbath, and it's nice to have a day where you do nothing. Go to church, fellowship with other believers and stuff, but don't work. Take that day off. It's a day I try to just unwind from the work and stuff, and definitely not schedule anything. But just try to take a break from that. And God's designed our bodies that way, that we need to take that break. So I encourage you, take that Sabbath. Just like I'm taking this break here, I'm going to have some, tuna on some tortillas here in a little bit and eat some lunch. All right, we'll see you later. I'm just a regular dude walking in the Word, and I'll see you tomorrow. Hey, this is Todd here, and I wanted to continue on with our discussion on, this is entitled, I Need to Take a Break. When I was on the Appalachian Trail, there's times I needed to take a break, and the Lord has given us the Sabbath to take a break, okay? And you're going to see in the scripture I'm going to read today, the Sabbath was given for man. We weren't created to honor the Sabbath. The Sabbath was created for us, to give us a break, okay? And so there's many scriptures in the Old Testament, and we talked a lot about it when we went through Leviticus and Numbers, about the Sabbath and the importance of the Sabbath and honoring the Sabbath. And there was even the punishment, if you desecrated the Sabbath, really, was death, okay? Because God wanted you to take that seriously. And the one guy that did that and didn't take it seriously, and he went out and just in front of everybody, just went out and collected wood and everything. And you read that and you're like, well, you're not even hiding it. You're just walking out in front of everyone doing that. And he was so bold going against God that God said, he needs to be put to death, okay, to make an example of this, so that you're going to think twice about desecrating the Sabbath like that. But we're not following the Sabbath because it's like, if we don't do this, God's going to strike us dead. No, we're doing it because God has designed our bodies to take that break, okay? Just like if you stay up 24 hours, you're like falling asleep and everything else. Your body needs to take that break. It needs that rest. Well, it needs that Sabbath also, okay? So let's look at Mark chapter 2 here today, and I'm going to be reading from verse 23 to 28. It says this, one Sabbath, Jesus was going through the grain fields, and as his disciples were walking along, they began to pick some heads of grain. and picking the heads of grain, it was like they weren't stealing when they were doing this. You were able to go along and pick heads of grain off the edge of the fields and so forth like that. It was just something that the Bible allowed, actually, in the Old Testament. God set those principles up to take care of the poor and so forth. And so that wasn't the problem here. The verse 24, the Pharisees said, look, why are they doing what is unlawful on the Sabbath? Okay, they're out there working, picking grain. Verse 25, he answered, have you never read what David did when he and his companions were hungry and in need? In the days of Abiathar the high priest, he entered the house of God, and he ate the consecrated bread, which is lawful only for priests to eat, and he also gave some to his companions. Okay, and in that case, God didn't strike David dead, and because he did that, it was like David had the need, like he was like starving, really, and needed that bread, and the bread was there. Verse 27, then he said to them, this is Jesus talking, the Sabbath was made for man, not man for the Sabbath. That's a huge statement there. So the Son of Man is Lord even of the Sabbath. Okay? So again, Jesus says, I made the Sabbath to help out the man, okay? For the man. And so it's something that we should take advantage of. God has given it to us. He said, here, take that Sabbath. And so we should take that. And you'll find that, I guarantee you, look at the science, if those people that just ignore the Sabbath and I'm just going to work, as much as I can, 7 days a week and so forth, their body starts to break down because our bodies are not designed that way. All right. Hey, thank you for watching. I am a regular dude walking in the Word, and I look forward to seeing you the next episode. Lord's blessing to you.